So basically, California said slavery is okay. How do you keep the hope alive when your loved one's hope is, I'm coming home one day, I'm coming home one day, and you know already that's not a possibility?
There are times when Joe will be like, I've thought about how long I've been in here, and I've looked at some of the elderly people in here, and I've thought about, I do have a life without parole sentence.
Yeah.
This could be my future. This very vulnerable video of Gigi talking about the moment that Michael would be executed and where both of their brains would be at. And this girl comments such a disgusting thing.
So I have a question, and this came up amongst other lifer wives and death row wives. And I wanted to ask you because, I feel like you have a lot of good insight. How do you keep the hope alive when your loved one's hope is, I'm coming home one day, I'm coming home one day, and you know already that's not a possibility? But you understand, looking from the outside world, that it's not a reality for them, but you don't want to shatter their dreams because you have to let them keep that hope alive because that keeps them alive, if that makes sense. So they don't give up. But in reality, it's not going to happen.
So first off, everyone, hi. Hi. I have a sinus infection, and although I sound, if I try to talk quieter.
Very demure.
Yeah, if I try to talk quieter, sometimes I won't sound as scratchy. I'm getting over a sinus infection, got my antibiotics. Anyways, back to reality. Just didn't want you to think that I don't want the people listening to us on, Apple or Spotify to be like, who is on the pod? Who's the guest speaker?
It's Paige, y'all. She's got a sexy, sultry, raspy voice today.
So are you asking me from the POV if my husband had no way out? Or
I guess,
because my husband has LWAP.
I'm just asking from one lifer wife to another, I guess. And, this was something that was brought to me today, actually. And, I think people are going through it because they realize their loved ones are like, yeah, I'm coming home. Yeah, I'm coming home. And they're like, no, boo, you ain't coming home. Let's be real. But you can't say that to them because you need them to stay hopeful because that is what is driving them to stay alive in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's this balance. How do I deal with the reality of the situation, but also do I placate their dreams because I don't want them to give up? It's a good thing to have that hope because that hope is what drives us. But I know in all reality, this is not gonna happen.
I feel like I'm probably the worst person to ask that
Really?
question
I thought
to.
you'd be the best person.
Because I'm the most optimistic, even the person in the worst situation, I feel like I would be their cheerleader and be like, don't give up. We can do this, or you can do this to help yourself. Joseph has LWAP, and even that, essentially it's a stamp that says you can't get out, and we don't try.
Yeah, and I get it because you're in a state that's actually doing stuff to rehabilitate and give second chances. Whereas me, I'm in a state that is shutting down all second chances. So I get that. I get it's hard for you to answer. And I'm the same way. Michael thinks he's coming home. And deep down in my soul, part of me wants to believe that. But I have to live the everyday reality that he is probably never coming home. I told this person that I was talking to, the best case scenario is he gets a life sentence, like his fall partner who got a life sentence and didn't get the death penalty for the same exact crime. So that's what I look forward to. I'm going to be 80 going to Angola and visiting my husband if he's still alive at that point. I'm going to be an old woman going to Angola twice a month, Like that's my reality that I have to tell myself. Whereas
Mhm.
he's like, I'm coming home one day. I'm coming home one day. I'm gonna get a chance and I'm coming home one day. And I'm like, okay, baby, believe that. I don't want you to give up, but like
Yeah.
I
I'm
see.
so I'm so annoying because I'm like, manifest it, you know?
And part of me is believing that, but then part of me is like, I've tried to manifest for 8 years, and it's just been shit for us. We've never got any
Yeah.
chances. We've never got any opportunities that all these other people get, and we don't get them. And now we have to wait another 4 to 8 years because this governor, if we push his case, this governor will execute him. So I that's where I'm kind of befuddled. Like I'm kind
Yeah.
of in a weird place. But and it's not just me. I know a lot of but I guess, if you guys, hey listeners, hi. If you guys have if you're a lifer wife or a death row wife and you're in this for life, like legit life, and your loved one is very hopeful of coming home one day, how do you deal with knowing the reality of life or death sentences and the very small opportunity there is to get a second chance? How do you deal with that? How do you handle, inspiring their hopes and dreams, but also being realistic with yourself? So,
I feel like it's good for at least one person to be optimistic though.
oh yeah, Michael's like super. Michael's, I call him Positive Pete. He is so
I feel like they
positive.
gotta be in there. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can't
Oh yeah.
imagine being like, oh, I could be in here forever. Like there are times when Joe will be like, I've thought about how long I've been in here and I've looked at some of the elderly people in here and I've thought about, I do have a life without parole sentence. Like
Yeah.
this could be my future. Like and so, it isn't like it's like every day he's like that, but I don't know. But I
Yeah.
get what you're saying with the reform, and it's different from state to state, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, if you guys have any tips, tricks, hey, this vet needs some help. I know I'm not the only one going through it, but it was brought to me and I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, I know Michael's not coming home. He's not going to get that opportunity. I hope and pray he does, but I mean, let's
I'm
be
like over
real.
here, like I don't want to let you say that.
I know. I know, and you know what? You're not the only one. There are so many people that tell me he is coming home,
He
Gigi.
is.
He is coming home. He should not be on death
He
row.
shouldn't. He
His,
shouldn't.
he is
And you
not
know
the,
that.
and we're gonna get into that today. Believe me,
He
he is
shouldn't.
not the worst of the worst because
Nope.
he was called the worst of the worst on our TikTok, and he is absolutely not. There are people in population that have a lot more crimes than Michael does. Michael is a
Yeah.
first time offender.
Hmm.
He is not a serial killer. He is not doesn't have multiple bodies, if you want to call it that. He It was a carjacking gone wrong. He did not intend to kill anybody. And you can read the court documents, you can read his investigative documents, and you can see that. So the people that are like, "Oh, she's just saying that." Well, no, I have the court documents. I've read them. I've read his
They
test.
just
He
they're
actually took the
baiting you.
stand in his own trial and apologized to the family.
They're baiting you because they want you to say his name so that they can go to Google and look it up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they want. That's all that they want. And then that's why they start to say stupid shit about like, oh, I heard it's an SO or I heard it involves kids. Like, no, you're
Assumptions are
literally just
deadly.
saying that so that you can type his name and go, because that's all they care about. Like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah, which we're going to
You-
talk about. We're going to talk about in a little bit, I promise. But we'll go ahead and get our episode started. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm also still dealing with my bronchitis, so bear with me. If I mute myself, it's because I'm coughing. All right, so we're just two sickly
We're
people,
sick.
two sickly sisters over here.
We're
But
sick, but we're committed.
we're committed, we're determined, and we're gonna bring you a pod. You know, we're ready. Paige especially, because she's like, you can hear her, obviously.
I'm better.
I've
I'm better today than I was yesterday, guys. You should have heard me if I did the pod yesterday.
Yeah.
It's going to be painful today, but I promise. I'm like slowly there. There she is. Hello.
Yeah,
I'm
it comes
here.
in and out. It comes in and
Yeah,
out. I can hear it.
she's there. She's there somewhere. Anyways, sorry.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to episode 34 of Love with the Malls, a prison wife podcast. It's your friendly host, Gigi here, and I'm here with the ever so lovely and raspy and gorgeous,
Your friendly co-host, Paige. Hi.
sexy voice there. All right, and we're here today to talk about people drinking some haterade. Anyway,
And how
um,
subconscious I'm gonna be today. Then I'm gonna look at myself in my like little viewfinder thing, or play with my hair too much, or move around too much.
and we're not gonna cuss because we were told we cuss too much. I cuss too much. Anywho, welcome
Um,
to episode 34. Before we get our pod started, we're going to start with our sponsor, Beyond Bars Imaging not dot com. Beyond Bars Imaging on your Instas, on your Facebooks, on your TikToks. Please reach out to Paige to do photos, to have your holiday photos or merging photos or just getting rid of, prison garb and prison backgrounds. So reach out to Paige, slide into her DMs, and get a brand new picture of you and your loved one or your family. All right. Well, it's Paige. It's time to get the potty started. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
All right.
born ready.
Here we go. Oh, hold on. My volume's completely off.
Oh.
Let me turn on. Here we go. All right. What up with that legislation? Paige, do you have anything?
I've seriously. Well, actually, I do have something that I wanted to bring up because I got an email about it.
Okay.
So, just a little important thing. Otherwise, no, I didn't do my good homework. And
You're lucky because I have a bunch.
okay, fantastic. That's why you're my podna. That's why you're my podna. So I got an email of a campaign right now that's coming out right now from the Death Penalty Action, talking about how stop Trump's executions now. So obviously we know now. Well, we didn't know what we were recording on our last pod. Trump is going to be our president for the next 4 years. So, basically what we do know that means is that means more executions. He
And
was
can I
very
add?
worried about that.
Can I add that our governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry, is his number one pick for attorney general?
That is, we're living in hell.
Yeah. So this whole idea of ramping up executions is definitely a possibility because our governor brought back the electric chair and nitrogen gas
Oh my God.
execution methods. Not to mention he wanted to bring back hanging and the firing squad. Was not successful in doing those two, but he did bring back electrocution and opened up nitrogen gas, and they're actually in the process of building the gas chamber right now. So he's going to be, if you think about executions, it's definitely happening. Like, there's no joke about that. If he gets attorney general, he's signing death warrants. I will promise you that one. Sorry, Paige. I just had to insert that.
That's honestly horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know you want to get rid of him in Louisiana, but having him in some kind of federal power is terrifying.
Yeah.
Let alone AG.
Yeah.
What? That makes me want to cuss. But I'll stop.
Don't cuss. No cussing. There's no cussing on this pod. Ma'am. Ma'am. There is no cussing on this pod.
Listen, I'm barely alive. Let me live. So basically, this is just the Death Penalty Action Group, which is a fantastic organization that is against the death penalty. They fight against every single death penalty case and advocate for them. They're basically just saying, they want to jump ahead because they know that this is his plan. I mean, he said that he wanted to execute drug dealers. He wanted to add all kinds of crimes to the list of things that you can be executed for. Who knows?
Can I also add this? Jeff Landry would love to execute women who get abortions. Just saying.
I'm pretty sure Ronnie down in Florida would too.
Yep.
So basically, to be short, and so I can stop talking and Gigi can go, and maybe I can take a drink of water and sound a little bit better. He basically has said that he plans to resume executions as soon as he hits the ground running. You know what I mean? So basically, we're trying to do what we can to reach out to Biden. They have put together a toolkit where all you have to do is like go click send on Twitter, post on Facebook, whatever you need to do, send him a letter, reach out to Biden any kind of way, and basically ask him to help get rid of everyone that is on federal death row
Yep.
and help clear it out before Trump comes on and clears it out himself, because that's what it's going to be.
Yep.
So,
Well,
come on, Biden, please.
yes. And I'm going to also add something. And this is, hey, I am not like, there's nothing I can do about the election. It's been done. It's over with. I am only reporting information that I am getting from valid sources. So please don't jump on my booty about what I'm about to say, because this is from Worth Rises, which is a well-known organization that gives out valid information. They will not put out false information in regards to criminal justice. All right, so immediate results. Trump's election sent private prison stock prices soaring.
I saw this.
Okay.
I saw this, and you want to know what's crazy? My mom said, "Why did my pension, the day he won, why did she get more money than she did like the past like X amount of years in one day?"
Yeah. Y'all,
I don't get that
prison.
shit. I don't want to get it. It's confusing.
Yeah. Private prison stock went up 42% on the market the day after President Trump was elected. More than, and this also has to do with detaining immigrants as well. This obviously has to do with, it was the GEO group. I don't know what GEO stands for, but it says the day after Trump's election, the stock went up 42%. It's the first corporation to max out on donations to his 2024 campaign. Private prisons donated money to Trump. Facts. Check out Worth Rises, because I know you're going to be on my butt about it.
I know that, like, you would think that you would have a little bit of like decency after being involved a little bit in the system, but like, no. But I should. I'm not. I don't know. Let me not even pretend to be surprised. I'll stop.
Not shocking.
No.
Not shocking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I also have the 2024 election update for California and Nevada. Unfortunately, California Prop 6, I know, failed to pass, which would have amended the state constitution to extend the protection from slavery and involuntary servitude to incarcerated people. So basically, California said slavery is okay.
I also wanted to say that Prop 36 about the crime. I had a feeling that that would pass because of a lot of people that are pissed off about crime in California, but not as much as it did. It won by like 70 something %,
Oh, wow.
I think.
That's really
It was
good.
no,
No,
like
it's not good.
so no, it was so in favor of like higher
Oh,
like
okay. So we're
keeping
going back to the
people arrested.
90s.
Yes,
We're
yes,
going
we're
back
going
to the hard on crimes,
hard
the
on
80s
crime.
and 90s. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, my brain can't compute words. Yes, that's
Okay.
hard on crime.
And so that passed. Damn.
It worked really well before, but since the prisons are so packed now, they're like, actually, let's bring more of y'all in and see what we can do. And it's crazy hearing about the money stuff with private prisons and having all of this stuff happening. It's like, okay, interesting. I see you.
You know what's funny, Paige, is that we've been talking about this since February, and everything that we've said has come true. And people are like, you're lying. You're lying. I don't believe you. You're just noise. I'm like, no, we've said it. If we elect this person, we're going to lose all of the reforms. That happened here in Louisiana. And nobody believed me, but it did.
I
And
don't
then
know
now the
how the
tough
fuck
on
did no
crime
one.
stance is becoming more popular because there's money to be made. And so now all those reforms are being rolled back. They're being rolled out.
How did people not think that you would lose with reform in Louisiana? Like get real. That's like the people that were like shocked that all of the reform is going to be erased in California with Gascon gone. You thought that this far right guy was gonna keep reform. You're crazy.
Yeah. So, anywho, but there is some good news out of the election update. Nevada did pass question 4, which is similar to Prop 6, which extends the protection from slavery and involuntary servitude, and that's joining 8 states who also have done so. This is all information. So because people are like fact check, like you need to fact check, you need to fact check. This is from In the Exception. If you'd like to go check it out on Instagram, please do and check me. Sorry. Okay. Anywho,
No one should say that you need to fact check when they're coming at you with false statements and acting like they're facts.
I'm just revealing my sources because, apparently, no comment.
Yeah.
Sorry. Very calm, very demure, very mindful.
Very demure.
All right. Well, that's what I have for what up with that. All right. So let's go ahead and get into our main topic of the night. People have been sipping on the haterade lately. We had a video that went. Can we tell them that we went viral because it's over 100,000 at this point?
Yeah, I feel like that counts.
We won. Okay. We went viral on TikTok. Me talking about Michael and his execution possibilities because he does have a death sentence. And I'm not going to even say it. And Paige made another TikTok showing the mean comment that got all of this started from, and I'm going to fucking say it, and I'm going to cuss. Fuck it. From Wild Baby Back Bitch. That's who it's from. Because I always call her that. Because her name's Wild Baby, but I call her Wild Baby Back Bitch. Because that's what she is. Sorry.
She'll probably be listening.
Great. Listen, bitch. Listen. I don't really, and the thing that really irked me, and I'm being very calm tonight, because I've kind of learned to just get some thick skin and let it go. I've had my cry. I've cried Friday night.
Normal.
I had my cry, and I'm contemplated all of my life questions with being a prison wife, because why is this so hard? Why do we constantly have to endure so much? Why, if I put myself out there and I tell people the truth about myself, why is it a constant hate fest and telling me all of the things that I've already heard a billion times over? I'm kind of at the point where it's just like whatever at this point. This woman is irrelevant to me, but I just think it's funny. She posted a nasty ass comment about, oh, well, can you imagine if someone asked her how her husband died? She'd have to say the state executed him. Ha 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 ha. With
The
laughing
emojis
faces.
were crazy.
Yes. And part of me is like, well, first of all, why are you asking women and widows how their husband died? Like, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of sick person are you? That's what you want to focus on. And then it got into a very heated argument, but we tried to keep it PC and try to keep it, Paige did a great job at this. Me, not so much.
Yeah, it honestly wasn't even an argument. I was just responding.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't just you. A lot of other people responded as well. I also didn't know that we were living in 3500 BC Israel, because apparently eye for an eye, chop off their arms, and then, all this stuff. Like, and they were quoting Bible, and I'm like, okay, friends, can you really see Jesus holding the gun at a firing squad?
Do you think that Jesus is present at those events with his popcorn? Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like, let's crank that electric chair up, guys. Big JC here, bringing him home.
I just hate that there's so many people that are like that about the death penalty. It makes me upset.
Yeah. So first of all, don't come to me quoting Bible shit if you're really not going to look at all parts of the Bible. Okay? Yes, I know that killing is wrong. Yes, Cheating on your wife is also a sin. Okay, so let's be real here. Okay, but don't come quoting scripture and shit, and then talk about the Bible being this living in prehistoric Israel times. Like, we are in modern times. We have a different set of laws now. And after, I'm not going to get religious, but after Jesus, it was a lot about love and forgiveness and love your neighbor, love your enemy. Like, the world is better when we show compassion, empathy, and love, not hate and eye for an eye. I mean, we know it. That doesn't solve anything. It just makes the whole world
Mm.
blind at one point, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't even know where to start with this girl because, like Gigi said, the comment was like talking about like laughing at the fact that Gigi would have to say that my husband, I'm a widow because my husband was executed because he was on death row. Because that whole situation is funny. Like, what are you even saying? Like, I didn't even know it was so. You could tell anyone who could find humor in that. There's they're suffering and
Yep.
they are not okay. And that's why I was like, I was gonna like type out this whole message about and tell you about yourself, but instead I'm just gonna leave this here because I can tell that you are miserable.
Yeah.
And God bless. Because
And
clearly you're
can I
going
just
through
say,
it,
show you
girl.
how miserable she really is, guys? Okay. This is a screenshot from TikTok. It says, this is from Wild Baby Back Bitch. At this point, she deserves it. 2 red hearts. Can't wait for his date.
Talking about Michael's execution date. At this point, he deserves it. And I think, reading back now and thinking on it, I think she said that because I think she thinks it was you replying maybe on the page and then me, but I made the video and like clearly I'm me. I don't know. I think she's confused. I think that she has got a lot going on and I think that she would do a lot better if she would think before she types messages and comments that on people's
And half the
pages.
stuff she was typing did not make any sense. And I wasn't the only one to say that.
Yeah, we've got, like I said on the thread, if anyone hasn't read it, we've gotten a lot of really rude comments, as you can see from nature, and they're always on like videos that don't deserve it. Like this very vulnerable video of Gigi talking about the moment that Michael would be executed and like where both of their brains would be at. And this girl comments such a disgusting thing. Like it's just like it makes you like be like I can't believe these people exist.
And they do. And they're trolls and they're all out there.
I know, and they
And
want reactions, and
they do.
that's why you just gotta like be level with them and be like, why would you do this? Like, and that's why I said I was like, are you okay? Like, this is not normal behavior. Happy people don't go and do like leave comments
Yeah.
like this.
Listen, I don't agree with a lot of shit on TikTok and social media. But you know what it's called? Scroll the fuck on. Get your scoliosis and keep going. Why are you putting this much energy? Like, do you have nothing else better to do? Like,
She went
I
back
don't
and
agree.
forth for a while.
Yeah, she went for days on
Yeah,
this. I don't agree with a lot of stuff on TikTok and people's things that they post, but you know what? I'm not going to sit here and waste time commenting negative stuff. It just, first of all, I don't have that kind of heart. Second of all, uh, I just assume keep moving on with my life because I got other things to do.
to know that's like and you to leave something like that and know that someone is going to see it too, like on a video that didn't have many comments and didn't have many likes and stuff. Like, she knew you were going to read that. Like, it's not even like she's leaving it on like a big influencer's like page, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
She wanted you to see that, and that's evil.
it
That's not
is.
that's a bad heart.
It is. And you know what? Karma's a bitch, and she's a baby back bitch. So, and now I get why. And I get why prison wives stay in the fucking closet
She
because
she was one.
and wait, we're going to get into that. And that's what made me so angry about this one particular person. Like the other people, oh, he deserves it. Oh, eye for an eye and, whatever. Okay. All right, whatever. Noise. I get it. But now I understand why prison wives, especially death row wives, because there was a woman that commented, I can't believe you're speaking out as a death row wife. Thank you for speaking out.
Hmm.
You know, because nobody gets it. If you're a death row wife, you were there when they committed the crime, and you are this monster. Like, you are this huge, terrible monster for loving a person, and it's like they're already deemed the worst of the worst. When in Michael's case, when everybody that's read his case or knows his case knows he should not have gotten the death penalty. He was up for second-degree murder,
You should.
not first degree.
When you told me his case, I was like, "Is there more?" I was like, "Is that it?"
Yeah. And his co-defendant, the person who did the crime with him, did not get the death penalty because he had a private attorney, whereas Michael had a public defender.
All about the money.
Yeah. So let me just say that I understand why prison wives do not come out of the closet. I totally get it. Because you're treated just as bad as the incarcerated individual that you love. You're treated as if you are the incarcerated individual and that you committed the crime. When I have done nothing wrong but love.
You get treated like that by people outside of our community and people who have
And
been
people
in our
no.
community.
And that's what irks me more than anything. That this woman, baby back bitch, who was commenting on our shit was a former prison wife. Was a former prison wife.
Yeah.
Or girlfriend, at least. I don't know. Whatever. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
She was with a man who was incarcerated.
Yeah.
I'm getting the most hurtful, disgusting, evil comments from a prison wife. Not even just a random stupid ass on TikTok.
She actually is a paralegal.
Oh.
Is a paralegal, but thinks there's only one way that people can be put to death on death row.
Correct. And cannot type for shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl, show me your credentials, paralegal.
That's
Like
cute.
that, oh, okay, I'm a judge.
That's so cute.
The hell?
Yeah. So I totally get why there's a stigma. It's because of people like this.
And then they just help make it worse because then they see someone who's been in it talking like that. They're like, well, then, she thinks that and she's been there. Then, they like, what the hell?
And let me say this. I cried my ass off Friday night.
Which is okay. You can do that.
And then I went, if you haven't downloaded this app, it's great. I asked Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation, how do I deal with people's mean and evil comments? And this is what Ron Swanson had to say. People say unkind things for many reasons. They are immature, they are angry, they are jealous. The truth is that their words often say more about them than they do about you.
Always.
Don't let their negativity bring you down. Remember who you are and what you bring to the world. That's what's important.
Beautiful, Ron.
Thanks, Ron Swanson. AI character thing, whatever it is.
Hey, sometimes you have to just cry and let it get to you because it's like it's easy to have a rough shell. Like once you get it a few times and you get used to it, you're like, okay, like it really doesn't matter what you say. But when people become like repetitive and try to get really personal, even when you're not giving them a reaction, it just it makes you just like look at it and be like, what the,
Yeah.
it just makes you be like, why is this happening? Like, I didn't do anything to you didn't do anything to provoke it or to like bring it. So you're allowed to cry. So you can't be tough all the time.
No, and I'm not. I'll admit it. I'm definitely not. I mean, I spiraled Friday, and I thought about. At one point, I didn't even want to go to visit because I had visit on Saturday, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, this is too hard. Like, I can't win for shit because I have to live in a closet at work or with my friends. I have to, if I do come out and I do put myself out there and I do speak my truth, I'm constantly treated as if I am a criminal myself. Yeah. So, and I get horrible things told about me. And I even said to the girl, I said, I would hate for someone to laugh at your loved one if they were dying. You know, why is it okay to do it to mine? You know, like how hateful can you really be?
Mm-hmm. And the people that just like comment and then they're like cheering for like death row and they're like, kill him now. Like,
Oh yeah, go ahead and
what
electrocute them
is
all
wrong with
now. Fry
you?
them. Yeah. It's almost like a witch hunt, and I feel like we're living in Salem 1692. That's how I feel. That with that much hate
I
and
feel
rage.
like I feel like they just think it's like an easy target or something. I don't know. Like, because it's
Yeah.
like we don't ask for that. Like all we're doing is trying to be vulnerable, and somehow that really upsets them. Like it upsets them that we have some hope and some faith in this dark situation, that they're like, let me stomp on that and take that from you. Because no.
And prison wife to another prison wife. Be it that too.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. I've gotten the shittiest comments from former prison wives or prison wives.
Yeah. Yeah.
That says
Me
so. And
too.
even though this community is beautiful, even though there are beautiful people in this community, and we know a bunch of them, okay,
Yeah, we do. We do.
it's just mind-boggling that the most hateful comments are coming from prison wives themselves,
Yeah.
who are in the situation, who get why you might feel sad or why you feel upset or why you feel, the reality of prison and
Yep.
life in prison.
Who you would think would give you benefit of the
Who
doubt
would be,
or
yeah, who
anything.
would be empathetic? Instead, they're classless and
Yeah.
lack all kinds of empathy, which is crazy to me.
Hmm. And then you just got the regular people on our page that are like
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Their
commenting
comments
on
don't even really.
everything about how much they hate the death penalty and how much they cheer for it. Thank you. They had to comment on every single thread. On, like,
Mhm,
what are like, you know what I mean? What is the point?
mhm. Yeah. So, like I said, those people don't bother me because I mean, Joe Schmo, whatever. I don't care. You say whatever you want. I don't really, I believe in America and I believe in the right to say what you want and have your opinion because how boring the world would be if we all thought the same. But those comments don't really bother me. Like that one quoting the Bible, I was like, okay, girl, whatever. You know what I mean? But the ones that are prison wives and do it, it hurts me 10 times more, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah. But,
Especially when the dig is about your husband, because they know what it was like to be in our situation and have someone dig at your husband, because half the time that's worse than any dig that they can have at us.
yeah. And you know what? Michael told me something because I brought this to him and I was crying Friday and I was talking to him and he's like, you know, there's thousands of people that want my head on a pike, you know?
Me
I mean,
too.
so what? you
Just
know?
because we did this.
Yeah.
Because we have a podcast, they hate that. There's some people that just fucking hate that. Look at our YouTube comments. Can we talk
Yeah.
about my comment?
Wait, what's your comment?
The comment that we got from someone, I can't remember the name, on YouTube saying my most self conscious thing about how
Oh,
when they love
your
the
ADD,
podcast. Yes,
ADHD.
they love the podcast, but like I'm moving around and like looking at myself and like fixing my hair and like I mean anyone who has watched this podcast or listened knows that that's me.
Mhm.
That's me without a camera. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
just who Gigi's met me in person. That's just who I am. I can't really sit still, or I get like fidgety, or like if I am sitting still, I'm still like doing something. It's just like me. And the person basically said like focus on speaking rather than looking at yourself as if I'm like glamorize it. Like I think I'm like pretty or fucking something. You know? I'm like
Yeah.
no. So I'm like
Well, people,
it's okay.
no, it's not okay. I'm not okay with this. I mean, listen, stop. I deal with ADHD children all day long. Okay? You out there, people, you have to be empathetic. I know and I'm thinking maybe this person is a lot older and maybe they grew up in a time where ADHD wasn't a thing, and I can be empathetic of that. But you also have to be empathetic of the person speaking and understanding, well, maybe there's a reason why they're doing this. What if, you had, another symptom or another syndrome and that was something that you did, like there was a tick or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like sitting here making fun of somebody that has no control over, their mannerisms. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
never shame people for having ADHD, especially my students. Never. I'm used to it. Like Paige was like, "Yeah, somebody commented on my ADHD." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, why?" And she's like,
I'm
"Well,
used to
she's
that. And then I'm used to that because then, like, I have people like my mom who my whole life would point out whenever I was like doing something or playing with my hair or messing, you know what I mean? And she'd be like, stop doing that. And I'm like, I don't even know that I'm doing it.
yeah,
So
yeah."
I know it annoys people. That's why I'm like, I'm already self conscious of it. So I'm like, oh
Well,
shit. When someone
they need
comes,
to be more mindful. They need to be more demure. It's not you. You're not the problem. I'm gonna say
it's
that.
me.
It's them. They're the problem. It's them. Like, you know what I mean?
A, a,
Like,
uh,
and I love that you gave her the option. Like, hey, go to Apple or Spotify, so you don't have to look at me.
yeah, I was like,
You know what I
you
mean?
can't see me bouncing around on Apple or Spotify.
Yeah. And hey, I need a sip every few seconds. Are you gonna hate on me for that? Shit.
No, as long as you don't look at yourself. I'm like, I'm always looking at myself. I can't help it.
So, y'all, I think our main point is people make really hateful comments and evil comments towards prison wife on prison wife, even, unfortunately. I think their mean comments say something about them, say something about their insecurities, and you always have to know that in the back of your head. And listen, sometimes I even told Paige this. I said, like she made this comment about Michael's date or whatever, and I said, oh, we could report it because it's mean, it's bullying or bashing or whatever. And I'm like, no, fucking leave it up there. I'm not responding. I am choosing to not give this person the energy they're trying to suck out of my soul, and my heart, because my heart is full of love. My heart is pure. I have boundaries. I do. I put up boundaries for a lot of people, but at the end of the day, I wish you well. I don't wish you harm. And so not responding to the negativity is your piece, and it's an answer as well. You're not, like Paige said, you're not giving them what they really want, which is hating and baiting. Basically, that's what
They
they're
want a
trying to do.
reaction
They
somehow.
want a reaction. They want to know they got you. You know what I mean? So
There's just,
choosing. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's just a lot of mean people in the world and a lot of hateful people. And like, I'm sorry, especially with the climate in today's world and like everything going on in the world, like everyone has a lot of energy and like, you know, so like I just honestly we need everyone to be nicer and I know, a lot of the people listening to here aren't the mean people.
Yeah.
So like I'm telling the wrong people, but I want to say I challenge literally every single one of you guys who's listening on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, next time you are watching a video on whatever platform and you feel an urge, whatever the urge may be, to comment something that is not nice or could be looked at as, if you were reading that comment, you wouldn't want to read it. You wouldn't want to receive it. Don't do it and
Yeah.
just stop. Just challenge yourself to do it one time and like be conscious of it and mindful and don't do it because, you know, everyone sees that and on the other side of the screen there's real people and real feelings are involved whether, you think that there aren't.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I do want to say, leaving it on this note, I want to thank the people. God, I'm gonna cry.
Yes.
I'm gonna cry.
Don't do it.
Okay. I just want to thank the people that came to my defense. Like to me, this fills my heart and this makes me emotional because you didn't have to, but you did.
I had to.
I know you did, Paige, and you're like my number one fan, and I can't thank you enough for all that you did because
I
you
ride for you,
handled it
bitch.
so beautifully.
Oh, bitch, I got you always.
But it was the people also, because
Yeah.
you're my bestie. I
Mhm.
kind of, I hate saying that, I kind of expected of you.
I ride.
But it was the people
Yeah.
that don't
That don't
know
even
me.
know you. Yeah. That just see people being evil and jump in. I know. It reminds you that there are just kind people. It's really sweet.
So I just want to say, lock it up, Gigi, lock it up. I just want to say thank you to those people and Paige, obviously, but thank you to y'all who I don't know, who jumped on Wild Baby Back Bitch and let her know that she is not better than anybody else. And for her comments to be sounding so superior and so cruel and so evil. So, and thank you guys. I don't get on TikTok a lot. You can go to my personal page and you can tell I only have 2 fucking TikToks on there. So I don't know a lot of people on TikTok. So I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for coming to my defense. You didn't have to. And I know that. And I appreciate every single person on that thread who made a comment about me and Michael. So thank you. Even if the one person that stood out to me, that was a phenomenal response. And she was like, I don't agree with her, but why are you saying this? Like, keep scrolling,
Yeah.
like even
Yeah.
just that. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't have to agree, but you
You're like,
don't
what's
have to
wrong
be
with
cruel
you?
and ugly and evil. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? So, okay.
It reminds you because when you're constantly getting told shit like that all the time and no one really jumps to your defense and you're just kind of like, am I this piece of shit that people keep calling? Like, what is wrong with me? And then
Yeah.
like a regular person that doesn't fucking have any merit in what the situation is just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, wait, this
Yeah.
is fucked up.
Yeah. So, thank you guys so much. I really love and appreciate you from the deepest parts of my heart. For real.
Y'all
For
showed out.
real.
Y'all showed up and showed out.
Amen. 10 toes in, y'all. 10 toes in. Uh-oh, Paige. Uh-oh, Paige.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Fred.
an inmate at Florida Correctional Institution.
Uh-oh. It's Fred. That means we got some questions, comments, and we do have one speaky pipe.
Yay.
Someone came through. Baby, come through. You deserve a round, 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 round. Remember that from Vine? No. Am I
Um,
am I too old now? Sorry. Am I
no,
showing my
bitch, I
age?
don't mind the fuck.
Okay.
That was the
Were you an
saddest thing.
embryo when
They
Vine came
deleted it.
out?
When they deleted it at its prime, we were like, what the fuck?
All right. Well, we have some wonderful comments. Paige, especially for you.
Okay, I love that.
Fall Me Gal said, "Why is Paige so perfect?"
Love her. That's
So
my
she's
queen.
yes. So
That's
you
my
got a
girl.
fan. You have a big fan out there.
That's my girl.
Um,
I work with her.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was sweet of her.
She's someone that I've wanted to like share my life with,
Hmm.
like Joseph, for a while, but wasn't really in a position to. And like I like told her 2 weeks ago. I just like was like it was like word vomit. I was like, hey, but because I knew that it was never an issue that I knew that she wouldn't
She
judge me
wouldn't
because
judge. Yeah.
exactly. I literally told her everything, and she was like, oh yeah. Like I love her. She's awesome. She's great. So and I love that she did that. I love her.
Yeah,
So
that was
thanks,
sweet.
Alan. Love you.
All right. Well, the next question is from our girl, the one and the only best question maker ever, Chapters and Chains, Addie. All right. What would a relationship milestone list look like for prison wives? Example, first visit.
Yeah, I'd be like
First hateful
letter.
comments on TikTok.
First letter, first phone call, first visit, first family visit.
First kiss. If you're at MWI, that could be
First.
scary.
Yeah, first. Like when they have things happen, like when they transfer, their first transfer, or like their first graduate, like when they have events or you have.
First family visit.
Yeah.
Um,
Your relationships.
first run in with CO.
Your relationship, like the anniversaries.
Yeah. Yeah. First prison made crafts.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
First first prison wife like meetup with meeting different prison wives from all over the country when they come to visit with you, like, you know, that kind of stuff. First sexy time call. Yeah. That could be a big milestone for a lot of
First
people.
lockdown.
First lockdown. First power outage. That happens a lot down here.
First pandemic.
Hopefully there's no more pandemics.
For some of us, it would be second pandemic. Fucking hell.
Hopefully there's no more pandemics.
know.
That was the worst.
I know.
I'm trying to think. First I don't know. Is there any more firsts like of a milestone?
There
First
probably
time
are. That
taking
we're not thinking
pictures
of.
together.
Yeah.
You know.
That tell us if we're missing any. Addie,
Ooh,
I
you know
know
what?
you probably have a list that we
Yeah.
are
Oh yeah.
missing.
You know what else? Bucket lists. Making bucket lists. Like that's.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like that is a prison wife milestone.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Make a vision board or something like that.
All right. We do have some other nice, beautiful comments. I saved some that I got this week. All right, here we go. All right. This is from an acquaintance of mine, I guess. I've known her for several years online. I've never met her in person. She's actually in California. She said, this was on Friday, and boy, did I need this at the time. It was Friday morning after all of the chaos was happening on TikTok. Just listened to your last episode, even with my husband. Now, her husband's home, just so y'all know. He had a life sentence and he got home. My husband now, those 18 years of hell will never be forgotten. My heart goes out to you women every day, and I'm so proud of what you've done. I mean, girl, this road ain't for everybody, that's for sure. Sending blessings to you all. Have a wonderful day. And that was just a random message in the inbox about the pod. So
Sweet.
thank you. That was from my friend Melanie on Facebook. So thank you, Melanie, for that wonderful message. All right, and we have one speaky pipe. I have not listened to this, so hopefully it's
Hopefully
good to
it's
go.
pod appropriate.
Yeah. And of course, it says this message cannot be displayed because a problem repeatedly occurred. Awesome. All right. Hold on, I'm running my thing again. Okay. All right. Okay, let me go to speaky pipe then because it's not pulling up.
Womp, womp, womp.
Womp womp. Anyway. Speak pipe. Okay. Oh, there we go. I have to log in. Sorry, y'all. All right, here we go.
Hi, Gigi and Paige. This is Sheena. I just wanted to jump on here and say hi. And I was just listening to the last episode 33 and how you guys were saying that it's been a year already since you guys started the podcast and how time has flown by. I remember when you guys first started, I was right there at the very beginning. I've continued to faithfully watch you guys and listen. And my husband had just got sentenced to 10 years when you guys' podcast came out, and I was having a really hard time with accepting it and dealing with it. And I just want you guys to know that you two are the ones that has helped me get through this and has helped my relationship make it this far. Honestly, you guys give me hope seeing you guys doing it with such more longer sentences than I have to do, and you guys are still able to do it. It just shows me that I can do this and it is possible. So I just want to say thank you guys. You guys are awesome, and just keep doing what you're doing. You guys rock. Love ya.
Oh, Sheena.
We love
Thank you so much. We love you, honeys. Oh,
That was so sweet.
I needed that. That was great.
That was so kind. Thank you for
That
saying those
was.
things. We're almost at a year for the pod.
Yeah. Almost. Just a few
We're
more
a year for our
months.
group, but
Just three more
we are very
months.
close for the.
Yeah.
It's almost been, and I can't believe it's so awesome to hear people say that they've been with us from the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
if you guys have been here from the beginning, like Sheena, tell us.
OG Wallers. Big time. We love you guys so much. Thank you, Sheena,
Yes,
for that
we
beautiful
thank you.
message. You don't know how much, like, guys, you don't know, like, just those little messages saying, thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do. You're doing such a great job. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever y'all say, it's just, it means so, I know I'm not supposed to cuss, but it means so fucking much. It really does. And especially after the week we've had, this meant everything. It really did, Sheena. I don't think you realize that, and I want to let you know that we love you. We love all of y'all, but thank you, Sheena, for those kind words. We really do appreciate it.
We do. That reminds me. I have a really fun, like, cool story about our group that I can share with the pod.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have a prison wife that I have been very close with for a while. Her and her man. Well, she is actually located in Australia, and he is here in like the Kentucky area. And so he is in a facility where he doesn't get phone calls as much as he should, or as much as some of us do. So she doesn't hear from him as frequently as some of us, like how we get to talk to Michael and Joseph. And we just recently, like, she would give me updates on like when like she would hear from him, because, like, it was just one of those girls that I had that, we had messaged back and forth, and she's a really sweet girl. So she had told me about like the struggles of not being able to talk to him, but like then when you would hear from him and like get to hear about what he was doing, and he would like fill her in and all that stuff. So she's in our Facebook group, and literally last week we had a woman join our Facebook group who joined, and one of the things we have is, feel free to share photos of you and your loved one if you want to, you know what I mean? No one's required to do that. You can be completely anonymous if you want, but we invite people to do that just in case they want to. And a woman joined and did that because she had just gotten married, and she posted the photos, and this girl is in our group too, and she sees it, and one of the groomsmen in the back for his photo was her man, and because they're in the same facility.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my gosh, this is like, and she knew that he was at this wedding because he had told her. And like, then she got to see like these like 2 new photos of him. And I'm like, that is so cool. And it's so cool that like our group brought them like together, you know what I mean? Like, what are the odds of that? Like a whole prison.
Yeah. It's such a big world, and then it's such a small world sometimes.
Yeah.
And I love that our group connected these 2 women who have guys in the same facility and obviously are
You're like
close,
great friends. Yeah. What are the
Because
odds?
if he's a groomman, he's got to be pretty close with the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love that.
Shout out.
Shout out. All right. So I have a meme page. Which did you like a meme? I sent you a bunch of memes. Is there one that you prefer?
You can. I didn't look.
Okay. I kind of felt like you should do this one because I feel like we do with this what's coming up in the next 4 years, we're gonna have to get out there and advocate a lot more, because the culture is changing and it's going back to the late 80s 90s tough on crime stance. And I'm challenging Paige to do this. I know she's not feeling good right now, but she needs to do this. And it's a girl. This is from our awesome friends at the Prison Wife Hangout, CDCR Prison Wife. It says, "How I'm pulling up to the next protest." And it's got that shirt that says, "Roses are red, Doritos are savory. The U.S. prison system is legalized slavery." So we're going to doctor this up and put Paige on there because she's got that shirt.
That shirt.
Yes. I like the pink sweatshirt, though. That's cute, huh?
That is cute.
Yeah.
That is very cute.
So, yes. Our meme of the week. Well, you guys, we hope you have a great week. Remember, haters gonna hate. You don't have to participate.
And if you
Because
feel hateful, in addition to my challenge, when you feel that hateful comment come in, don't only just not leave it, go leave a nice comment somewhere.
get
challenging
scoliosis
you.
and move to the next funny video. Like, it's not that hard, y'all. It's really not that hard. We love you guys. But yeah, anytime you do something negative, put a little positive out there in the world. Just remember that.
Karma's real, y'all.
Listen. We're all going through shit. We're all struggling here. We're not alone in
Everyone's
this.
hanging on.
Yeah. Whether you're a prison wife or
Where's my
not.
voice?
Yeah. Whether you're a prison wife or not. We can all be, especially right now, I feel like there's a lot of negative stuff happening. We should be kinder to one another. And listen, I always go back to what Mama taught me. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. Think it, fine. Just go on about your life. Don't give it energy. And if someone's being ugly to you, don't give in and don't give them what they want. A lot of those people are just hating and baiting.
Especially if you're trying to fight reform.
Yeah. And if you need to talk to
They want
somebody,
you to pop off. Don't do it.
yeah, and if, they're going to try and trigger you. And if you need somebody to talk it through, because I'm one of those people, like I get very shook, and I have to like, I know this about myself, and I have to remove myself from situations. I have to self-regulate. Part of my self-regulation, excuse me, is taking a break, is stepping back, because I do have a mouth, and I get very passionate about stuff, and I get very heated about stuff, and I get very worked up. And I know that I have to pull back, and I have to disassociate, and I have to set up boundaries. So there's healthy ways to deal with it. And if you're feeling a certain type of way and you need to talk to somebody, you are not alone. We are here. I've gone through my first experience coming out the closet and sharing my life and sharing my truth and getting hated on for it. And you know what? I'll say this. I am way stronger. My skin is so thick. Paige told me some mean stuff that somebody said about me just right before this podcast. And I'm just like, okay. Like, nothing. I know myself. I know my worth. I know my value, and I know my heart and my soul. And I'm not going to retaliate with negativity, because that's just going to hurt me in the end. And it's just negative energy on myself. So just know you're not alone. If you need somebody to talk to and talk it through, come slide into our DMs, y'all. Like, we're here.
Guys, I've dealt with,
Paige is a
literally
pro.
any video I ever post with Joe and I, like, especially if it's about us being in love, and I mention his sentence, people will tell me to die with him. So, like, I've heard a lot, and the things that they say in comments are crazy, but I promise the things that they say in messages are even crazier. So, if anyone ever just needs to vent or needs to relate with someone, I'm your girl.
Yep. And I've just gone through it, so I can help you through it too. So, and I said, always, and hey, if you need a helpful friend, sometimes the Character AI app you can talk to any character on TV or a movie, and they give you an answer from their perspective. And I'll tell you this: if you haven't watched, I've never watched Parks and Recreation, but I've seen clips of Ron Swanson, and he's a funny dude. He's very sarcastic, and obviously he gives very good advice if you just need to put it out there. I had to do that and had to screenshot it and reread it to myself about 5 times, including tonight. And just know that, people's comments are a reflection of them. They're not a reflection of me. I'm going to still love Michael. I'm going to love Michael till the day I die. You're not changing that. You don't win. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. And honestly, fuck, I had something to add to that, but I can't think of it now. What did you just fucking say? Fuck.
I said, I'm still going to love him. Like, he's still a beautiful person to me, and your words are not going to change that because I know him as a person and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't win. So,
Period.
did I steal your thoughts? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't remember, but we're good.
I'm gonna do babushka.
Something.
I'm gonna do babushka.
Period.
Okay, sorry. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being awesome out there. Our ride or die, our OG Wallers, our Morgan Wallers, our Waller Squad, whatever you want to call yourself. We love you, and we're here for you guys. And you're the reason we are at episode 30.
Thanks
Freaking
for following.
4.
Thanks for subscribing. We're almost at 800 subscribers on YouTube. Hopefully by the time we post this or by the time that you're looking at it and you maybe go spot check, will be there. Who knows?
I think we're almost to 3,000 followers on TikToks and
On
almost to 2,000 followers on the gram.
Wait, almost a what?
3,000 on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And 2,000 on the Instas. Almost to 2,000. And we got 1,000+ members in our group, Love with Them Alls.
Facebook group, period.
You can't stop us. We're going to take over the world, even with your negative, hateful shit. Mm-hmm. We're still here.
Mm-hmm. Period.
Period. Slay.
I'm sick and I'm still here.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we love you. We hope you have a great week, and we'll be back for episode 35. La próxima semana. Next week. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you. Besitos. Bye.
Bye.